Hello, welcome back to Sapling Tarot and to the final instalment of my deck collection series. Today we are going through the mini and the miscellaneous, any decks that didn't fit any of the previous categories or that are tiny. Let's get into the deck. The first deck is one that slipped through the gaps. This is the Wisdom of Place tarot deck. Now, this is my pet peeve because this is not a tarot deck. It sort of thinks it's a tarot deck. It has like an attempt at the tarot system. So there's 78 cards, there are 5 suits, one suit is bigger than the other 4, all of that kind of stuff. And then it kind of falls apart. I haven't been able to really map what it's doing in terms of the tarot system. This is a mass market deck. It is quite large, but it is gorgeous. I've been really enjoying working with this and the embodied ecosystems tarot that I am like so completely obsessed with. It's kind of a mixture of art styles. Some are like photographic collage, some are illustrated kind of by hand, some are more, I don't know, kind of abstract, and they all have these really lovely keywords. And then there's these suits which are the different coloured borders, and I couldn't tell you what they're supposed to be, but I think it's beautiful. So as long as I think of it as there we've got like 13 metamorphosis, death, good, but as long as I think of it as an oracle deck, essentially, it's fine. And maybe the tarot element to it will become clear. My purchase of the deck was inspired by Sylvie over at Tarot Magpie. It was also very affordable. It's very cool. I really enjoy it. The little guidebook is like small but mighty. I know if you ever see Sylvie's, it's like totally busted, covered in tabs and stuff. Mine is pretty new. So it doesn't look like that yet, but it's really good. It packs a punch just with like a little paragraph explaining whatever the kind of like ecological process is, and then personal, environmental and creative meanings. It's fucking great. Really enjoying it. I've definitely got over the fact that it's like not really a tarot deck, and I'm just really enjoying working with it. I also quite like the way that the box is put together, so that you have the cards and the book, and it's not too bulky. I have one mages only tarot deck. This is the Sapphic Enchantress tarot deck. This was from Etsy, and it is like super handmade. It came with like a little spell bag. The guidebook is like a hand-bound zine. There's like little stickers and I think some seed paper. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's really cute. In terms of my like tarot practice, I don't have an awful lot of call for a mages only deck. I don't often do mages only readings, but I really like it for having, you know, if I want to kind of like focus on an energy, or if like one of these cards, so like the Emperor has been following me for like 2 years now, so I might want to like put the Emperor up on my bookcase, and then to pull that out of another tarot deck, I'd worry that I'd like forget to put it back in if I wanted to do a reading. But yeah, so that's really helpful. I think the art is really beautiful. Ooh, we've got the title card. You know me, I love a gay deck. I forgot to put this one in my gay decks videos as well. And everyone, I think, needs a little bit more sapphic magic. Oh, I suppose that's another deck that I have, the Sapphic Magic Tarot, but no, this is the Sapphic Enchantress, mages only. I think it's really beautiful. It's like, yeah, very handmade, hand cut, hand printed, all of that kind of stuff. And it's a really fun thing to have. I do keep it separate from my other decks, so that's part of why it hasn't made its way into any other videos. That is the Sapphic Enchantress tarot deck, and that is available on Etsy. Okay, now let's get into tarot proper and go through my mini decks or pocket deck. I'm going to start with this one because I cannot remember what's in it, and it is just a plain bag. Oh no, I remember. This is the Osho Zen, the pocket edition, which I have trimmed to make it even minier. This was one of my like first decks that I trimmed, and it's so tiny now. Basically I wanted to, my oldest deck is the Osho Zen, and some of the keywords are not ideal, so I wanted to see if I could trim it, but I didn't want to trim my original copy because I'm just a bit precious. And so I bought a copy of the Osho Zen secondhand, and it turned out to be a pocket edition, and that's fine. So I trimmed the pocket edition, and now it is teeny tiny. I really like it trimmed because you get to, I don't know, the colours seem to pop a bit more. It looks really nice, kind of all laid out without the black borders. But yeah, I still wouldn't do it to my original copy because I'm just, you know, it's a special deck. I don't want to trim it. So I've already showed you the Osho Zen tarot in my mass market tarot decks video, and this is just an itty bitty version. I tend to use this for like if I'm doing any kind of spell work or kind of, I don't know, magical workings or something, and I want to pull a card to sort of see how it's going. That's how I tend to use this one. Next mini deck is actually in a tampon bag. Hey, we make do with what we have. And this is the Everyday Tarot by Biddy Tarot. I haven't worked with this deck in ages, but it was my first, I want to say, Smith-Waite clone. Basically, I bought a copy for a loved one who is kind of into all things witchy, and it's really cute. It comes in like a little setup. It's got the little book. It's all very, very nice and compact, and I knew that she was kind of interested in this kind of stuff, and then I bought it for her, and I wanted it, so I went and bought myself a copy. And it's got this like kind of matte gold edging, which is really pretty. It's very like minimal colour palette. It's very clear. It's great. It's like, it's a really good little deck. I don't tend to use it because I don't tend to use little decks. I also don't really tend to use Smith-Waite clones all that much. I have my preference, which now would be, I guess, the Moon Baby, which was in my Indie Tarot deck collection video. But yeah, it's a really good little grab and go deck. Yeah, it's really cute. I don't really know what else to say. I think maybe is this the deck that kind of reignited or lit a spark to get me to like expand my tarot world. And I mean, this is, we're going back a long time now. But yeah, I've taken this one on holiday with me. I know that this was the deck that I brought with me when we were house hunting, when we were moving to Scotland. And yeah, it's a good one. It's a real good one. And yeah, mass market, widely available. I'm sure it's still available. Has a little guidebook. I can't remember if the guidebook's any good. It doesn't really look like I've ever used it. So you've got an upright and a reversed, meaning that are very like, you are facing a challenging decision. All right, love. But yeah, no, so that is the Everyday Tarot. I don't know if it actually mentions that it's Biddy Tarot, but that's the creator. I'm sure the box did eventually, but that's long gone. Back into the tampon bag we go. Okay, while we're on classic tarot systems, I have a pocket thoth. I was sent this accidentally when I tried to buy an actual thoth deck. And they hadn't done the listing correctly, and so I got this for free. It's teeny tiny, which for the thoth is like, it's cute, and the colours are really nice on it, nicer than my regular sized one. But yeah, it's a little bit dinky to try and get all the details out of it. So yeah, I don't know what more to say. I've already shown you a thoth deck in my mass market tarot decks video. Oh, I fucking love Frida Harris's artwork. And so yeah, it's kind of mad to have it, or it's kind of ridiculous to have it in miniature because you sort of lose. But yeah, the colours are good. The colours are better on this than on my other one. And yeah, one day maybe I'd like one of the like big ones so that I can really see what's going on in the cards. But for now, this is fun. I think I said this in the other video, but I like working with the thoth for like colour work, and sort of so if you do a reading, you have like, I don't know, a number of cards in whatever kind of position, and then if you just like let your eyes go fuzzy, you know, that kind of like magic eye thing, that you just defocus them and then you just see like what colours jump out. So now it would be, we've got kind of a warm going into a cool. You've got like the yellows and the reds over here, and then we've got the pinks and the oranges with the blues, and then it's drifting more into the cooler tones, but still with so like that's a fun exercise. And the pocket one makes that easier because you can have more cards out and you don't necessarily get so distracted by the cards themselves, so you can get like more of an overall impression. And then that's fun because then you can think about your own associations, or you can look up someone else's associations. I know that Tegan over at Animals and Arcana on her Patreon has some really great resources about colour correspondences and associations, and then you can like create questions and then you can like pull more cards. I had like a whole video I was going to do for Pride season, not even this year but last year, about colours and your associations and pulling cards for them and all of that kind of stuff. I forgot this year. Last year I got too overwhelmed. This year I fucking forgot. So one day I will remember that I have like 80% of a concept and I'll finish it and you'll see it. But yeah, for now, that's like a fun process to do. Let's not forget the itty bitty guidebook. Next one is the Squid Cake Marseille. What a cutie. This is the mass market one. So it has the pink edges. I love this deck. This was my first, I always say this, technically I had the classic tarot, which I think is a Marseille, but this was the first time I'd like intentionally bought a Marseille deck, and it's so cute. This was a Kelly Bear inspired purchase. It's so good. Like, look at these little straws. So nice. Really good. Really great. I don't totally understand why it's pocket sized. I would have happily had this full size. I'm sorry about the shadows. My window is this way, as I'm sure you can tell. But yeah, just all cups. I shuffled this really badly, or is that simply the nature of shuffling things? I like the funny kind of zombie people. Like, it's such an odd choice. I really like Jess Roller's artwork. This is really badly shuffled. What is going on here? But yeah, it's really nice. It's quite an approachable, irreverent Marseille deck. This was a great deck for me to start off learning with, because I think previously, if I'd read with a Marseille deck or a Marseille style deck, I'd essentially just overlaid my like Smith-Waite-y, Golden Dawn-y definitions and meanings and stuff, rather than like leaning into the looking at what's on the card or numerology or elemental stuff, and this helped with that. There's also, I think some of them have like little coffee cups, and it's just like the idea of like a zombie with a caffeinated drink feels like alarmingly relatable. But yeah, it's really cute, it's really scruffy, it's very approachable. I really like it. That is the Squid Cake Tarot, Squid Cake Marseille Tarot Mass Market Edition by Jess Roller and Rockpool. The little guidebook's really useful as well. Like I say, it was a really good way for me to get into it. This actually has been used, but it's like holding up really nicely. Got some keywords, like a kind of narrative explanation, but then also there are like a few pages at the beginning about like how to do open reading and what sort of spreads and like how to do it, and that's really helpful. I suppose I've more recently been a Marseille beginner and would still very much count myself as a Marseille beginner than I have been like a tarot on the whole or a Smith-Waite beginner, and so I can like more accurately, I think, assess whether a deck is approachable or not for a Marseille deck. And this is it. This and the game Marseille are my favourite. The deck that has been in my bag going out and about for the last little while, this is the Next World Tarot by Christy C. Road. Oh, what a deck! I've wanted this deck forever. You can get it in pocket size quite easily, or you can get it in massive like art cards from like indie places, so like Little Red Tarot here in the UK. They don't skimp on the guidebook on the pocket size, which I really appreciated. I so expected it to be like abridged. This is, I mean, what a deck. It's so unbelievably gorgeous and powerful and helpful, and yeah, I really like the art style. It's kind of friendly and impactful. This is a card that was pointed out by Kelly Bear about how like what a beautiful lovers card. It's like the person and then they're like the lovers are them with themselves, and then it's the like giving spoons, so that's like a whole thing in like the chronic illness community around like energy and resources and stuff. And it's just, yeah, it's this kind of utopian, what are we going to do after the rebellion, like after we burn it all down, what's the world going to look like? And even though it's quite, there are elements, like certainly to the environments, that are a bit dystopian, I am quite excited if this is what the next world's going to look like. I think it's really beautiful. Yeah, it's super impactful. I would kind of love the bigger version, but also I think it's too big for my damn hands, so I wouldn't use it. So yeah, so this is super lovely. It's queer, it's radical, it's political, it's all the things that I love, sort of like distilled into a deck. It is quite confronting, but I mean, would you expect anything else? I just think it's stunning. And so yeah, so I've been carrying this around with me, so that's why it nearly got forgotten about, because it was in my backpack. Isn't it just gorgeous? Anyway, I could just sit here and like look through all of these cards with you forever, but we won't do that because I have other things to show you. But yeah, highly recommend the Next World Tarot and just Christy C. Road's work and thoughts in general. I definitely referenced the guidebook and like their writing and stuff in an essay I wrote recently. It's just really valuable. Final, I think, final tarot deck is the Teeny Tiny Tarot by Holly Audley. And this is exactly what it says on the tin. It is a teeny tiny tarot, and I forget I have it all the time, which is a shame because it's real cute. It's very minimal, but there's enough to it where you're not just like having your hands tied behind your back by the minimal nature of it all. It's still like illustrated and narrative enough. Yeah, oh, and this is an exception to my I don't like nights on motorcycles or whatever. A bicycle apparently is okay. Yeah, this is like something I don't love so much, which is like what is the difference? Tell me, how am I getting a different meaning from these? I don't know, kings don't have eyebrows as good as queens? I'm not sure. But anyway, it's really cute. I really like it. It's more, there's like essentially more detail to it than you realise. Like it looks really minimal and then you're like, oh no, this can shout. This can shout real loud. It's really cute. I really like it. I really like Holly Audley's work. And also YouTube presence that I've only just discovered because Krista did like a chat about tarot and neurodivergence over on her channel with Holly Audley, and I was just like, no way, that is super cool. Also, yay, autism gang, very cool. So yeah, that's the Teeny Tiny Tarot. And while I'm on Holly Audley, I have the mini divi ghosts, I got both of these secondhand in like a little bundle. I didn't know there were multiple mini divis. I now kind of want them all, and I would love to have like a mega deck, and I know that there's like a special box that you can have them in. Goblin brain. But yeah, so I need to like not do that, but they're really cute. I take this deck with me to markets at the very least every Halloween. But more often, and no one ever goes for it because they don't know what oracle decks are, but I like these. I pull these cards for myself if there's ever a lull between people. Mostly they make me laugh, but also they're like annoyingly poignant at times, and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself in public? This is not a good idea. But yeah, they're just all different sorts of ghosts, and they're like really good little helpful little nuggets, and they're just very, very sweet. And yeah, alarmingly poignant messages at times. So yeah, I don't get an opportunity to work with this very often because it lives with the teeny tiny tarot that I always forget that I have because it's teeny tiny. But I need to find a way to, while we're on oracle decks, not really an oracle deck, again, it's in a very nondescript, anonymous bag, but this is, before we go off into other sorts of cards, this is Anna Astral Lady Tarot's magical guidance cards. If you've been around these parts, you've probably seen this deck before because it was maybe my second most worked with deck last year. I've been forgetting to write it down this year, so I won't have that. I won't have that sort of statistic. I've been doing, like, if I do like a reading, I've been writing down decks, but not necessarily when I pull this one out. I'm a dick. I don't know. I forgot. Oh, it's so good. The photography is so beautiful. And then they have little. They're not keywords. I mean, they are keywords, but they're like jumping off points. There was like a spell that went into every single one of these. For my like year ahead readings, I pull one of these for every month as like a focus. I pull a card. So for example, I pull a card for January. I write it down. I put it back into the deck. I shuffle. I pull another card, which means that I sometimes often get repeaters, and that gives me like an overall theme. So last year this one came up a lot, and this is baneful. So that was an interesting focus for 2024. But yeah, so I have at least one of these cards in my mind at any given time. I do them for calendar months, even though I plan zodiac season to zodiac season, because then you get the transition of, so like for now I've got, when I set my planner up for Leo season, it will have the cards for July and the cards for August, and so it gives me that like combo. And yeah, I really like these. I find them really inspiring, to the point that last year I had, so around my birthday, which is June, I'd pulled the ink card, and so I booked myself a tattoo for my birthday, and that is fun. I'm sure there are lots of people that would be like, I cannot believe you let like a deck of cards prompt you to get like a permanent tattoo, but fuck it, we're here. I work with my hands. It's fine. I love this. I think it's a genius thing. I don't really know what to call it. It lives on my deck spreadsheet as other rather than tarot or oracle. I guess you could use it as an oracle deck, or use it for some kind of like cartomancy, but that's not generally how I end up working with it. But it's like one of the most worked with and most like valuable, maybe, or like, I don't know, certainly most bang for my buck. It's the only it's the only make playing cards deck I have, and I really, really like it. I think it's fantastic. I also just generally really enjoy Anna's content. I think she was like the person that got me into Tarot Deck Tube, so that's pretty cool. Where are we going next? This is my primary lenormand, I guess. The Pixie Astounding Lenormand in a tin. It's real cute. It is like digitally cut and pasted bits from Pamela Coleman Smith's artwork to create the relevant symbols needed for a Lenormand deck. I'm not a proficient Lenormand reader. I really love a Lenormand reading in the way that I love a big juicy tarot reading. I like doing the whole grand tableau, laying all the cards out in, you know, whatever way they come, taking a picture of it and then just like going back to it over time and doing small sections of it. It's very satisfying. This is a really great deck. I don't know what Lenormand decks are out there, but yeah, it's really cute. I don't know an awful lot about what other Lenormand decks are out there. I know that there is the Brown Witch Lenny by Auntie Kay's Tarot, which is very, very cool. And I know that's one that Kelly Bear works with most often. I know that Logan at Larkin Legend has done, there's the Lilac Lenormand. I don't know if they've done other ones, but they're very, very cool. And I don't know about Auntie Kay's one, but I know that Logan does the like player 1, player 2, rather than like the man and the woman, the gentleman and presumably the lady. So yeah, so that's not ideal for those of us for whom that's like less relevant. But yeah, player 1, player 2 is cool, and I just don't read the gentleman and the lady as like different. But yeah, it's really good. It's like quite nice cardstock. I really like the backs. It's very simple. It was very cheap. This was my I want to learn Lenormand because A, Kelly Bear, and B, when I first started reading tarot professionally, the first markets I did, the person at the table next to me was billed as a tarot reader, but he was reading Lenormand, and I didn't know what Lenormand was at that time. So I just saw him pulling like 36 fucking cards, like mini cards, and I was just like, what the shit are you doing? That's like half a tarot deck. What? How is this the system? I now understand. So it was me with my like, little 3-card readings. There's a person next to me that was doing like essentially Smith-Waite open readings, wild, pulling like 20 fucking cards. And then there was a person to the right of me doing Lenormand with 36 cards in a grand tableau. I was just like, I don't feel like people are getting their money's worth with me and my 3 cards. But I mean, I can talk for a million years on 3 cards, so it was fine. But yeah, that was why I wanted to learn Lenormand, because I wanted to see if I agreed that it was like a better system for when people want like a general reading. And I'm still in 2 minds about that. I like tarot. I'll keep reading tarot and be like a tarot reader. But I definitely see the value in Lenormand. So I have more than one Lenormand deck. I have the Stargazer's Lenormand by Rachel Lou, one of my favourite Scottish illustrators. Oh, that's a point. The Sass Witches server was asking about Scottish tarot decks. Must remember to tell them about the Cats Tarot, the mini Cats Tarot. But yeah, this is really cute. It comes in its own little bag. It's that like slightly snaggy polyester though, which I don't love because, oh yeah, I've managed to have like nice nails on for the last however many of my videos, and it is simply too hot. I couldn't bear it. So yeah, so now my fingers are snagging on the bag. But yeah, it came with like a little crystal, and like, don't necessarily love crystals, but it was very cute. And it came with a die, I think, because you can turn it into a game. But yeah, it's cute. They've like renamed some of them. So like the pigeon is the rider, which I think is really cute because it's like, yes, I want a pigeon to bring me a message. And yeah, they've kind of made it look like constellations. They aren't real constellations, and so I was super confused to begin with. And yeah, they're just this really sweet purple and yellow colour combination, which is also a thing that I usually have an issue with. I don't love purple and yellow together, but this is the exception. I really like it. I like the changes she's made. I haven't read with it a ton, as you can see, because it's still in order, but I do just do that with my decks, you may have noticed. And yeah, I really like the art style and the choices that have been made. Oh, so lovely. Yeah, really cool. Really enjoy this. The little guidebook is really useful. I would love if it had some like combos of reading them together, which is it Lozzie Lenormand? Something has some like free resources online, which is my like bible when it comes to reading these things, because it's like, how do you combine these messages into something that makes sense? But I really like Lenormand reading because it's like a sentence and a narrative and a story, and that's very much how I read like tarot. And so I think learning Lenormand is a really useful skill as a tarot reader, because if that's not already how you read tarot, then it kind of teaches you to do that, and I think that's really helpful. But yeah, that's the Stargazer's Lenormand. Cute little bag by Richelieu. I love it. We're in the final stretch and we're on to playing cards. So I don't really know how much you would want me to show you that, but I have 2 random card games that just live with my decks. We have Wildflower Sevens, which is really cute. It's exactly what it says on the tin. They are flowers, wild flowers, that you play sevens with. I like it because some of them are like toxic. They're not just sweet. Oh my gosh, the hedgerows are full of meadowsweet at the moment and it's delightful. But yeah, sevens is a really fun game and I really like this because I know most of these plants and it makes me happy and I get to like spend time with them even if I don't go outside. I haven't yet figured out a way to cartomance with it. I think what would be fun would be to use like the language of flowers to kind of give them keywords. But that is like a project I don't need to add to my ever-growing list of projects. And then this, my thing, if people say, do you want me to bring anything back from holiday, is like playing cards. And so this is a game that I don't understand from, I want to say, Hungary. And yeah, it's fun. I again haven't quite worked out how to like cartomance with it. But I will report back to you when I do. I also haven't learned how to play the game, so this one just lives with my other playing cards. These were my main playing cards for ages. This is by the same artist as the Stargazer's Lenormand. I love these. They're quite hard if you just want to play card games. Because, so like if you're trying to do things at speed, unless you like know them and are prepared for the art style, there are some where it's like the things are a little bit hidden or like lower contrast, and so it can be a little bit challenging for if you like need to know what card it is at speed. So like that one, like, are you a diamond, are you a spade, what are you? So yeah, so maybe a little bit form over function for that, but for my purposes and for reading playing cards as, you know, a cartomancy practice, they're really lovely. It's kind of interesting which ones kind of align with maybe numerological readings or like ways of reading cartomantically. I always use that word. I don't know if that's a real word, but I've decided it is. Language is fluid. It's the Roger J. Horne Cartomancy and Folk Witchcraft book that I tend to use for stuff like that, and it's fun sometimes when they do overlap with the illustrations, because I don't think the illustrations are intended to be based on anything like that. I think they're just like nice illustrations. I also have these as stickers somewhere. But yeah, I really like Richelieu's illustration style, and while I don't have the Mini Cats Tarot, I do have this and the Stargazer's Lenormand. These are the Inchoate Tales playing cards. Inchoate meaning just begun, formless, disordered or incoherent. Then we're on to the Curious Cat Club by Stacia Barrington, playing cards and oracle deck. These are so cute. I love Stacia Barrington's artwork so much. Why are you stuck? Come on. I don't have the Sasfarobito or the Empty Cup, her other decks, but I do have this one. And so lovely. I love them so much, but they make me feel a bit like soft and squishy. Yeah, they're really sweet. I don't know where you would buy this now. I got the second hand. I think these are like a fun, I mean, cats are so expressive. I think, did she do a cat tarot at some point? I remember seeing it on Etsy and not being able to afford it, and then I think it's disappeared now. Is it like the Neko tarot or something? I don't know, but this is lovely. I really enjoy these expressive little cats, and they're really fun little characters to get to play with and kind of talk to and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the Curious Cat Club playing cards and oracle deck by Stacia Barrington. The little guidebook is very little, so So it has like a name and then a couple of keywords. And a little fold out. Super cute. Super, super cute. This I haven't worked with yet. This arrived as like a bonus with something I bought from Vinted. So this is a James R. Eads Open Portals playing cards. I have no idea. I haven't really looked at it yet. This is the newest deck in my collection, and I didn't even like buy it on purpose. So, Open Portals for Oracles. It's like an OS map. I'm never going to remember how to do this. Yeah, there's like, they're all different, not characters, I don't know, energies or something. I think James R. Eads is a genius. If you watched my indie oracles, then you know that I'm just like a little bit of a fan person, despite not having any of his things, except the Cerulean Sequence Oracle and now the Open Portals playing cards. So they all have names. Queen of Spades, God of Knowledge, cute. Six of Spades, Portal for Patterns. I don't know how this is going to work in my practice. I don't read with playing cards a ton, so the fact that I now have 3 feels a little bit excessive. Portal for the Time Traveller. But yeah, if it's about gods and portals and stuff, that's quite exciting. It might be quite fun to use them as like spread positions. So synchronicity to look out for or something. Portal for the Dream World. I mean, they're just really beautiful. They're really nice, like slight linen cards, not quite like snappy, but not too plasticky or like sharp around the edges. Portal for the Mountain. I wonder what this would be like with the, is it the Pathfinder Tarot? So if these are the portals, then you could use them to like move between the cards and give you an extra little bit of information. Portal for the Healer. I mean, they're gorgeous. I love the limited colour palette. If you see my other videos, you will know that this is a thing that I'm really drawn to. Gods of Love, Queen of Hearts. But look at the, I don't know why I turned it over, it's on both sides, Imogen. Look at the heart. I don't know, there's so much going on. Oh, there's a snack. That's nice. Love a snack. Time magic. Yeah, so I don't know. This is very new to me. I haven't really figured out who it is, what's going on with it, how to read with it, any of these things. I can't open the guidebook for you because it's like, it'll unfold into something big and unwieldy and I don't have space on my desk. But yeah, this is my newest deck of playing cards. I mean, the boxes, just a bit glam. Look, even on the inside, very cute. But yeah, I will report back on how this goes. Oh look, I didn't even notice it's got like shiny red edges. Delicious. But yeah, so that is the final deck. That is the Open Portals playing cards by James R. Eads. Still a mystery to me, but yeah, I will let you know how I get on with it. And that is it. That is every deck in my collection. We did it, folks. We fucking did it. I dread to think how many hours of footage this has been. Bless you if you've watched all of them. I mean, I know I watch people's deck collections, but I still cannot believe that people have been watching mine. This is ridiculous. I'd like to particularly thank everyone who commented on my community tab post about deck collections and what people look for in them. I've been working off this post-it to kind of try and keep me on track. We've got yeah, deck personality, place in practice or collection, what drew you to it, how you discovered it, any anecdotes, favourite cards, do it slow enough to see the cards, and any trivia you have about the deck. Yeah, thank you so much to the people who contributed those pointers, because otherwise I would have been completely at sea with all of this. Thank you so much for watching, whether you've watched this, just this one, or the whole damn series. I am going to finish up the series with an evolution of a deck collection video, which is like a number of tags sort of all smushed up together, so like first 5, last 5, tarot collection through time or something. I'm going to do that, and then maybe it'll be the pivotal decks one as well that Moonflower Moments shared recently. Anyway, That will be coming. It won't be immediately because I've sort of had enough of getting like a million decks out for a time being. So they're going to be like some more chatty videos and maybe some like journaly bits and bobs and books and stuff coming up soon. Yeah, thank you so much for watching and for being here and for spending your time with me. I hope you're taking really good care of yourself, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. I'm so tempted to just like start putting my earworms into videos and just letting you know what song is stuck in my head, because I live in a state of perpetually having a song stuck in my head. Today it's Monch 2 by Wet Leg. So if you're wondering if I drift off, then that is what I'm singing to myself. I am hay fever personified, so I'm really sorry if my voice sounds gross in this video. I'm just trying to power through. I'm hot, sweaty and sneezy.